Hello, hello, hello. You're returning into another episode of The Wonder Kid Show. Today's first topic, the greatest NFL comeback of all time by maybe the Baltimore Ravens. Look, guys, I want y'all to understand something, right? If you've been a Raven fan for a while, it's ain't your first rodeo with them playing bad and doing foolishness, right? You know that this is kind of what we're used to as a flock. I'm not saying as being one of the worst defenses in the history of the NFL. No, that is new. We've had bad defenses, but not the worst, in breaking records to the point to where this could go down as the worst defense ever in NFL history, with the accumulation also on the injury list. With that being said, I feel, and I'm being honest with you, that the story isn't done being written. I want to talk to somebody on this one. Look, guys, Lamar Jackson's out right now. He's out. I know some people are like, oh, Lamar wasn't playing well. Lamar Jackson had 10 touchdown passes, 1 interception, what was it? 1 rushing touchdown, 71% completion percentage, 75 QBR, 130 QB rating. You feel what I'm trying to say? Passer rating. So I know what I'm going to get out of Mr. Lamar Demetrius Jackson. I already know. When he is playing, yeah, they had one bad game with him under the helm, right? But with him playing the majority of the time, they are going to be averaging well above 30 points a game. Okay, there's that. Number 2, Patrick Ricard. I expect for him to be back. And if he is back, their run game will be back. Make no mistake about this, guys. Harbaugh is not changing what he is doing. This will be the everybody doubted Harbaugh. If this happens the way I'm looking at it, this will be the everybody doubted Harbaugh, and he rallied the team to be able to bounce back and find themselves. It built strength of character. That's what they're going to say if this happens. But the offensive line is not going to change unless there's injuries. He wholeheartedly, regardless of what he's seeing, he thinks, he believes, he feels, and he will force it upon the media, fans, and his quarterback on the play of his guards, regardless if it even gets them hurt. But if Patrick Ricard returns, his ability to be equally as dominating on the run blocking and just as much on pass pro will then allow a lot less foolishness to go on. Because now they're going to be protecting Lamar with 6 legit offensive linemen. Make no mistake about it, Patrick Ricard is an offensive lineman. He's just a fleet-footed offensive lineman. With those 2 returning, Emory Jones coming into the picture also. Some of these defensive plays, even though they were playing like guards before they got injured, coming back too. I can see the Ravens, honestly, winning a slew of games. A slew of games. And this has been the injury year. A lot of people have been getting injured. Back and front and back. And it's not even like I'm not wishing injury on no player. Why? Because that's the way they earn their money. I'm just saying this could be, just like at the beginning of the year, I said this kind of feels, and that's why a lot of people listen to this show. I said at the beginning, this kind of feels like one of those years where there's going to be a lot of injuries. And everyone said, I don't know about that. Nitro, I said 2 years, barely any injuries. It's just kind of, and then everyone's talking about some unstoppable squad, and this is one of the greatest built teams ever. I'm like, bro, this feels like an injury-riddled season. But you have 8. You have Mr. Eraser of mistakes. You have a Mr. When healthy, no breaks. And I'm telling y'all this right now. If Lamar and Patrick Ricard come back, this will be called one of the greatest, if not the greatest, comeback story in NFL history. I'm telling you guys. We already know Madubuike is out for the rest of the year. We know that. You're not going to get him back. But I said this in one of my other episodes. Everybody got hurt at the beginning of the year. The good thing, the silver lining about that is that when you get hurt at the beginning of the year, you come back towards the middle and the ending of the year. Meaning if you could just stay afloat, if Lamar could be like, all right, we can actually make some moves. And we don't know what else EDC is going to try to cook up to try to lessen the blow of bad play. Bringing in other players. We don't know which team is then going to be like, bro, we didn't expect to be this bad. All right, we're having a fire sale. We don't know. That's the difference. And I want you to understand my understanding of things. I call it as I see it. There's been times, plenty of times, that I've looked at you guys and I've said, look, I don't have belief in the O-line. I was right about that. I don't have belief in the D-line too much. I was right about that. But I said if they do little changes, all of that could change. The problem with the Ravens is they built their house on sinking sand. Looks nice. The view's amazing, immaculate even. Being that it's on sand, so you know there's a beach. So you have the beautiful morning, oh yeah, breakfast, that seawater coming, you eating breakfast on the balcony. Looks good. Sounds good. But the foundation is bad. And that's the trenches. The trenches have to be shored up. You even got, you got Quadri Ishmael and Quadri, you know what I'm talking about, that cover the Ravens. And you even got Cordell and even Jeff Zebrik being like, the offensive line has been, oh my God. They can't even believe it. I was calling it before that. But I'm telling you this right now. With the coming back of Emory Jones, with him coming back, if they decide to let sit either or, as long as Patrick Ricard come back, it'll be better. But if they decide to sit one or both of our guards, it's up. I'll tell you this right now, it's up. It's up. If you change out both guard positions and you have Patrick Ricard coming in, 6 blockers, legit blockers, able to stop the rush and pressure, pick up blitz pressure. Oh yeah. So I'm telling you this right now, Lamar, this will be one of the greatest stories in NFL history. And once we get to the playoffs, anything can happen. Anything. We don't know. So have I quit on this team? No. Am I calling out all their foolishness? Yes. But is winning still possible? The answer is yes. So yeah, they're frustrated. Yeah, they should be charging $5 a ticket right now with a free glizzy on the side and a Coca-Cola small to boot. But it doesn't mean that it's over. You ever watch that? You ever listen to Chris Daughtry? He had one crazy good album and never really came out with too much other stuff. You remember that one song he had? It's not over. Trying to do it right this time around. It's not over. Hey, hey. This love is killing me, 'cause you're the only one. It's not over. It is not over. If you're willing to quit, willing to throw in the towel, fine. But one thing Nitro has done, as I've told you many times, I go by my feelings. I got a feeling. And I ain't talking about Black Eyed Peas. I got a feeling. And if certain things fall into place, we can still win the AFC North. And then at that point, anything is possible. But what do you guys think? Do you think with Lamar Jackson and coming back player Patrick Ricard, do you think the Ravens can go on a run? A run that could be called the greatest comeback in NFL history? Like when we had the greatest run from a quarterback with Joe Flacco in NFL history? Or do you think stick a fork in them, they're done, there's no way they'll come back, it is what it is? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please, all right? But as always, that's the episode of the Wonderkind Show. Thank you for watching. I know we get down, we have fun, and we laugh, but everything we talk about, we're doing what? Facts and truth. Please remember, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment in all of the comments. If you haven't done so already, check out the Wonderkind Morning Show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. We touch on all topics of sports, breakdowns, new entertainment, pop culture, and a little bit of nostalgia trivia from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. Be there or be squared, okay? Also, if you want to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wonderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wonderkind Show. This is your host, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan, peace. And I'm out of here, guys. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.
Ah!